Motivation Friday has temporarily been hijacked by take them apart, see what's inside, see what we can learn, and we're going to get into this thing right now. Now, even though the Motivation Friday video has been hijacked, I still want to say that I hope your week went awesome. I hope your weekend goes even better. And I hope you get to accomplish any and everything that you set out to accomplish. This is the channel where we all can learn and grow together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put all these motivation talks into motion for a little while. And we're going to start tearing apart some of these equipments I got around here and see what we're working with on the inside of them. See what we can learn. I've never tore apart one of these blowers before. And this is not, unfortunately, this is not a repair video. I may, depending on how things look, change my mind and see if we could get this going. I do not know yet. It kind of depends on the cost of things, if it's cost effective to fix it. But we are going to take this apart and see what we're working with, see what we can learn about this thing. I do got another style of gasoline blower we're going to take apart over there so we can look at a couple different versions of these. But first of all, I want to go over some aspects of what we're going to do as far as taking this apart, because it's not going to be done just all willy-nilly. The first thing is I've kind of taken the steps on getting all the information, the model numbers, serial numbers, SKU numbers, to see what kind of information can find out on the internet on this. If I can find out any schematics, any specs, owner's manuals, whatever. And then as we take this apart, after we kind of get some of our information, as we take this apart, we're going to study this as into systems, as far as the fuel and air system, the main engine system, the compression, the spark, the ignition system, the actual unit itself, as far as the implement or the equipment, how it operates. So we're going to study the different systems. Consider this science class for small engines, because we're going to dissect this thing right here. So here we go. This here, it looks like it's a bunch of Torx and Allen wrenches. And also one thing that is helpful is always have some kind of small little light that you can shine in around areas, so you can see where the bolts is. If that's an Allen wrench or a Torx, I can see that's an Allen or hex key. There is some Torx on here. That's right on this side. On the bottom, there's a bunch of Allen wrenches. So here we go. I'm going to have little containers I'm going to be putting stuff in. But we're going to tear into this thing, take it down nut for nut, bolt for bolt. This may be a more than one part series on this, just depending on how far I go. I do want to keep these videos kind of short and simple. So if you get anything out of this one, is get all the information you can on these engines. Also make sure the gas is out of this here before you start working on, so you just don't have a lot of gas spewing everywhere and smelling fumes. But go into this as far as studying the systems, studying the fuel system, studying the actual engine, the compression system, studying the ignition system, and then the unit itself, as far as even the starting implements, the recoil system on this here. So, and always have you a little flashlight. So here we go. No further ado, we're gonna do this. Okay, first things first, also, let's undo this spark plug. Anytime messing with small engine repair, we're gonna undo this spark plug right here. If we can get our fingers in here, there we go. So always undo the ignition or the magneto or spark plug wire from the spark plug. Even though we're not gonna be down here pulling on this cord right now, just prevent any accidental accidents, even though there's no fuel in it, but just an extra safety measure. So here we go. We're gonna as you see, we got this thing apart. And this here is all your main engine components. And this is the main workhorse of the unit. We could look at this, and then there's your fuel system. There's the exhaust, which is basically your muffler. And then this is your pull start. This is just an engine trowel or just a cover. And then that there is basically the actual unit. You got this fan that, as this is all turning, it's turning that, which is creating air to go through here, this here, that gets sucked in and then out that way. So it's creating air that comes in this way and then out to be the blower. So basically, again, here's your fuel system that goes to your motor. But as this here is all working, you got this here flywheel, the flywheel is spinning, which has these magnets. And the magnets runs across where it is a kind of not really attached. There is usually a gap spec that's right there. But as the flywheel turns, it creates electricity through this magneto or this coil, and creating spark to your spark plug. And then the spark plug also gets attached to your cylinder. So this is happening all at the same time. The spark is happening. This piston is also coming up, but then it also goes down, and then keeps this fashion really fast, just up and down inside this cylinder right there. Just kind of this motion all in. So when this comes up, it's creating not only your compression, but fuel is filling this chamber. And as it compresses, then you have this ignition. Then you have basically a small explosion inside that sends this back down, allowing the exhaust fumes to come out your exhaust. So then all it does is keep repeating itself. You have your filling up with fuel. This comes up, compresses it along with your spark, and you have basically a little explosion in there, and it keeps the momentum is basically what makes the engine run. As the engine's running, it's also turning this crankshaft to continue turning your flywheel. But attached to this is also that part of what makes the actual unit as a blower. Then sometimes if you want it to be a chainsaw, you just add your centrifugal clutch, and then you're turning a chainsaw. Usually the engine looks and stuff is a lot different, but basically the same theory. So, but this is the main engine part. Later on, we're going to start tearing apart some of these carburetors and looking at the fuel systems on these. But I just wanted to get out here, tear some of this stuff apart. Let's see what's inside some of this stuff. It's kind of pretty neat. Okay, again, this is just me out here taking some of this apart. Some of these are not going to be repair videos. Some are. Some of these is just hopefully me explaining small engines as I'm relearning or furthering my education in small engines. Again, I got some of the reading material I'm going to start going through and seeing what is out there that is actually useful to somebody just starting out in the small engine field. The best advice I could give is just find old pieces of kind of throwaways that is out there. Just start taking them apart and get your hands in there and get dirty, you know. And that's the only way you're going to find out how these things work, is just to get in there. There's a lot of theory that comes from the book, but then there's a lot of advantage of getting your hands on and getting in here and just getting your hands dirty. So I hope you was able to learn something from this video. I hope you liked this. I know it wasn't a Motivation Friday video, but again, I hope that this was useful, that you got a positive out of it. Hope this adds a positive to your day. Again, I hope your week went awesome. I hope your weekend goes even better. Stay safe, stay awesome, find your start, reach your goals, and I'll see you in the next video.